Welcome into another edition of The Butcher versus the Dance Instructor, presented by LB's Meat Market. I'm Neil McCready, joined as always by Greg Jones of LB's Meat Market here in Oxford, and Caroline McCready of Legacy Studio of Performing Arts in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Good to have you both on the show. How you been?
Good.
Good. All right, we'll dive into some picks and stuff in a minute. First, I want to tell you we're brought to you, obviously, by LB's Meat Market, 2008 University Avenue in Oxford, right across the street from Kroger. I always say let Kroger be your landmark and then just head across the street to LB's. You will be glad you did. It's always the freshest cuts, whatever you're looking for: beef, chicken, pork, seafood, house-made sausages, homemade sausages. They're fantastic. The jalapeno poppers, duck poppers. Greg will tell us about those here in a minute. Working on some duck poppers for this weekend with Arkansas headed to town. The stuffed mushrooms, the bacon-wrapped asparagus, all sorts of stuff. Don't forget, when you walk in, look to your left. That's the frozen counter. It's all very fresh, just frozen. You can get a couple dollars off each off your order when you just buy from the frozen section if you're not in a hurry. And of course, if you are in a hurry, you can get it from the non-frozen section, and you'll be perfectly thrilled with your purchase. So, Greg, you had a huge weekend with LSU in town last week. Now Arkansas rolls in a week later. What's happening there at LB's?
Well, of course, we asked for some whole hogs. Do we have whole pigs up here? And, I can get a whole pig, but it's about 30 to 40 pounds. So it's not like, it's something that you can just, grab and smoke. So it's a process that you have to do with smoking a pig. But no, we're just getting done doing those. Jalapeno poppers are very popular, and the duck poppers are very popular. So we just basically kind of married the two. So I've taken the jalapeno pepper with the cream cheese and the bacon wrap, and we put in two pieces of duck to wrap it. So we have a jalapeno pepper stuffed with duck now. So they're 4 per pack. So just started selling those. I just had some extra cream cheese and some extra jalapenos, and just experiment with it, see if it sells. But it looks really good.
Sounds good. We'll do this at the end. People want to get in touch with you to make an order, that kind of thing. I know the game's coming up pretty quick by the time this airs, but how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, always call the store, 662-259-2999. And then I'm on Instagram. I just got done posting a stuffed veal loin about 30 minutes ago. So it looks really cool. So always check us on Instagram if we can't answer the phone.
Caroline, what's happening at Legacy? You guys, things go well with the 4-year-olds. Everything good?
Yep, it's going better. I'm getting 3 new students today.
Oh,
there's a stomach bug outbreak at Legacy, which I got a sub today, so I don't have to worry about that. But that's been going on.
How'd your test go? You had a big week of tests, I know.
Yeah, it was okay. I don't know what I made, but I did not feel too good about it, to be honest. But maybe I guessed really well. So we'll see.
Caroline made a 4.0 last semester, Greg. She's shooting for another 4.0. When you're holding yourself to that standard, it's there's not a lot of margin for error. So
yeah. that's impressive. I couldn't imagine getting a 2.0, much less a 4.0.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got a 4.0. Maybe one summer, but other than that, it didn't happen. I was never. I'm not sure where Caroline got the studious gene from. Not for me. I was one of those students that if I was interested in it, I did really well. If I was not interested in it, it was a veritable disaster. And so, it was
just hard for me to sit in a seat and be like, all right, I'm gonna sit here and learn about this. That was my problem.
Yeah.
All right, let's dive into picks, Greg, where you have a problem after last week.
Yeah, I think I had a real bad problem. But did I get one at least?
You got 2 actually. Greg went 2-8 last week against the spread.
I think Rippy gave me the bad picks guy. Like I rubbed off on. I used to be the good pick guy. Now Rippy's the good pick guy, and I'm the bad pick guy.
Caroline this week was the good pick guy. She went 6-4 against the spread. So Caroline has vaulted out to a lead in this competition as we head into week 6. Caroline is 30-24 overall, which is pretty solid. Greg is still within. He can see 500 from here. He's 26-28, so 4 games back of Caroline as we head into this week's 10-game slate of picks. We'll start in Dallas with the Red River Shootout. Two teams that will be joining the SEC this time next year. Oklahoma and Texas, both doing really well. They square off in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl. This is an 11 a.m. game on ABC. Caroline, you were the winner last week, so you get to lead off. Oklahoma's a 5.5-point underdog against the Longhorns.
Okay. I like Oklahoma more, but I'm going to go with Texas. I think they can beat them.
Okay, so you're going to take Texas and lay the points?
Yep.
All right. Greg, she's going to take the Horns, lay 5.5 against OU.
I like Oklahoma. I think this is a field goal game. I like the over, honestly. That seems to be the safe bet. But
I think there's a lot of points here.
Yeah, but I just think it might be a field goal game.
Okay. All right, Greg, we go from the Big 12 to the Big 10. It's Maryland, the Terrapins, undefeated so far this season. They head to Ohio State. The Buckeyes undefeated as well. This game also at 11 a.m. on Fox. Maryland, Greg, is a 19-point underdog.
I'm going to take Maryland. Maybe they'll do a fancy combo with their flag. They usually do fancy combo jerseys for these big games. So maybe they'll bring out like a new Under Armour jersey.
All right, Caroline, he's going to take the Terrapins. He's going to get 19 points in Columbus at the Big Horseshoe. What do you think?
I'm going to take Maryland because I was just actually looking. I was looking before to see what I'm going to pick. And they were close last year, these two teams. So I'm like, 19's a lot of points. So I'll go with Maryland.
I love Campbell.
Yeah, he probably likes turtles too. You like it? Are you I like turtles.
Yeah, I like turtles.
I love Campbell, Greg. I would never say a bad word about her, but Caroline's more prepared for this contest than Campbell ever was. Your hands are more full this time around. I think there's a little research that's being done. I don't think it's just a fly by the seat of your pants sort of thing. So this is more of a contest. I think I'm
kind of competitive.
Yeah,
that's.
I saw those kids draw on those. The drawing, what you have.
Oh, yeah, their drawings.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They were staying within those lines. You gotta stay within those lines.
All right, guys, we go to the SEC now. It's LSU coming off that dramatic game in Oxford last weekend. LSU losing in Oxford to Ole Miss. This week they're in Missouri. The Tigers, the Missouri Tigers, undefeated. Caroline. This is an 11 a.m. game. On ESPN, LSU ranked 23rd now after the loss. Missouri ranked 21st. LSU is a 6.5-point favorite in Columbia.
Yeah, I'm going to go with LSU.
Wow.
Even though they lost last week.
You picked that one like you didn't even you don't even have a second thought. Greg, she's going to go LSU Tigers at Missouri.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with her. Jaden Daniels, he played a really good game, and I think the defense, Ole Miss defense was just a lot better, down the stretch of that game and made a couple more plays. But I just think LSU is a better team. But prove me wrong, Missouri. I mean, that's fine with me. I think I've bet against them all year.
Y'all are making me question my thought. I think I'm picking Missouri to win this game outright. So I'm higher on Missouri than a lot of people, and maybe I'm kind of cheering for them because they're not getting any credit, and it kind of bugs me a little bit that they're winning games and no one even notices. I don't know why. I just do. Anyway, we head to our state, the early game on the SEC network. It's Mississippi State at home, Greg, against Western Michigan. This game, 11 a.m., SEC network. The Broncos getting 21.5 points in Starkville.
I'm going to go with the Broncos. I don't think Mississippi State can score more than 21 points.
Oh, okay. Greg's going to take Western Michigan and 21.5, Caroline. It's a lot of points.
Me and Greg are agreeing this week. I'm going to agree. That's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points. For the record, I agree with both of you. I actually think Michigan State's going to make this a fairly competitive game. All right, we go back to the Pac-12 before we get back to some of the big games in the SEC. This is a 2:00 game on the Pac-12 network. It's Washington State, the 13th ranked Cougars. They head to the Rose Bowl to play UCLA in Pasadena. The Washington State Cougars, Caroline, are a 3-point favorite in Pasadena.
Okay. I don't know much about these two. I'll go with Washington State.
All right, Greg, she's going to take the Cougars, get 3 points on the road.
Yeah, I think she took them against Oregon State. So
I think so too.
Man, yeah, Washington State's pretty good. They're sneaky good. I don't know, something about USC at home. I mean, UCLA at home being an underdog. I'll take the UCLA. I think the over would be a good bet for this one.
Greg's going to take the Bruins. Caroline takes the Cougars, and now we get into the SEC game of the week, 2:30 on CBS. This is a big one. If you're an Ole Miss fan, this is a big game for you too, because you're watching this one. Because if you have aspirations of winning the West, you're going to have some help. One of the leading candidates to help you is Texas A&M. They are playing host to Alabama on Saturday, Greg, in College Station. Alabama's a 3.5-point favorite against the Aggies on the road.
If Alabama had a better quarterback, I would feel confident with betting taking Alabama here. But I'm just going to take Texas A&M at home for some strange reason.
Okay. Caroline, Greg is going to take the Aggies. He's going to get 3.5 points against Alabama.
Okay, I'm mad at Texas A&M right now, so I'm gonna go with Alabama.
All right, we got to talk about this. Caroline, Greg, during the course of the game last week, Arkansas losing pretty handedly to Texas A&M in Arlington. Caroline had some interactions with some Texas A&M fans, and she referred to them as the most obnoxious people she'd ever met. Can you elaborate, Caroline?
So they were sitting with a freshman Kaio. And I texted the freshman Kaio and I was like, are you friends with these girls? Because they were standing the whole game. They did not sit for halftime. They did not sit for timeouts. They were standing the whole game. Like, that has to get tiring. Sit down a little bit. And they're like, with their towels, which are obnoxious. And just like, they're in the Arkansas student section. Like, what? Like, I don't know what they're doing. Yes, I know they're sitting with the freshman Kaio, so they got the ticket. Sorry, this gets me heated. They drove me crazy. And they just like kept screaming. And then by the time we get to like halftime, they're still standing. And these older Kaios come and sit by me, and they got fed up. So they grab the towel from the girl's hand and like take it. And then it progresses. We get even more mad. And then one of my friends turns around and is like, if you don't stop talking, like, you better go to another section, like, just screaming. Then they finally stopped. But then at that point, like, I mean, A&M was really beating us.
Yeah.
But they still kept their mouth shut. But I don't know what they were thinking sitting in the Arkansas student section. I don't know if they thought we were going to, like, be nice to them. I don't know.
Credit, you stayed till the end. I was impressed that you stayed till the end. You supported your team all the way to the end, but your team is not very good right now.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like AT&T Stadium. I was enjoying the drama with the A&M fans. So it was fun.
It is a nice stadium. It is a very nice stadium. They did a great job. All right. So Caroline's going with the Tide. Greg's going with the Aggies. We stay in the SEC, Greg. Vanderbilt heads to Gainesville to play Florida. Florida just got popped at Kentucky last week. Just popped.
We'll have to pull the Grey Goose out for that one. This game.
We'll make this the Grey Goose half bottle of the Grey Goose game of the week. The Gators, 3:00 game, SEC Network. Greg, the Gators are giving 19.5 points to the Commodores.
Yeah, I told myself I'd never bet Vanderbilt, but I feel like they have a little bit more heart than Florida. Florida's bad. Like, I don't know how they beat Tennessee. I mean, I guess I'd have to watch that game and see and figure out how they did. But I'm gonna take Vandy. I'm gonna take Vandy at home.
Okay, well,
Vandy's
on the road.
Oh, Vandy's on the road. Yeah, I'm gonna take Florida. Florida at home.
All right.
They're usually good against bad teams.
All right, Caroline, he's going to take the Gators at home, lay 19.5 against Clark Lee and the Commodores.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take Florida because I feel like at the beginning I was having no luck taking Vanderbilt. So
you're correct. Vanderbilt has yet to cover a line this year. They're a disaster. I'm done with them. I have divorced myself from picking Vanderbilt. Whatever the line is, I'm like, I don't care. Even if it makes sense to go with the other way. And this week, it kind of makes sense to go with Vanderbilt, but I'm like, nope, not Not doing it. I'm not losing like that again. I can handle if they beat me one week. I'm like, fine, whatever. But I don't want to keep giving them. I'm done. All right. Let's see. I feel like I missed one. We did one. Yeah, no, we're good.
We did them, yeah.
Okay. Another big game. Speaking of Kentucky, guys, big game. Kentucky is at Georgia. This is a 6:00 game on ESPN. Kentucky coming off that win over Florida. They're undefeated. Georgia is undefeated as well. Kentucky's getting 17 points, Caroline, against the Bulldogs.
I'm going to go with Kentucky because
Oh.
I think that's a lot of points. They won. They're undefeated. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go with them.
Greg, she's going to take the Cats in 17 in Athens.
Well, I bet against Kentucky last week, and I usually never bet against Kentucky, and I usually should never bet against Ole Miss and bet against both my favorite teams. So I'm going to take Kentucky in the points this time, and just if I'm the jinx, I'm the jinx.
You know what? I think you're both right. I'm going to tell you, I got this funny feeling about this game. I do. I got a feeling this is
they
a
can control the
game.
I don't know. They might can control the time of possession, keep Georgia's offense off the field, run the ball. I mean, they can run the ball. I think didn't they score a touchdown with 13 with Florida had 13 players on the field, and they still scored a touchdown.
You know, I had the two games on up here. I had the Arkansas game on, and I had the Florida Kentucky game on, and that Florida Kentucky game was a beating so much early that I kind of moved off of it, but Kentucky dominated the portion of that game that was competitive. All right, we go back to the ACC, I guess. Notre Dame's sort of in the ACC, although they're independent. But Louisville's in the ACC. This game is in Louisville, 6:30, ABC. It's Notre Dame at Louisville. The Irish coming off that big win at Duke. They are laying 6.5 points at Louisville. Greg?
Okay, I'm gonna take Louisville. I like home underdogs. So I mean, the Duke almost pulled it out for me to cover last week, but I think their quarterback got hurt. But I think that was a really good game, the Duke and Notre Dame. But hopefully, Louisville can pull it out for me this week.
All right, Greg. Caroline. He's going to go with the home team, the Cardinals against Louisville. This is a 6.5 point line, so he's going to get 6.5 with the home team.
I'm going to go with Louisville. They're a good dance team.
I was looking for pictures today for Neil's picks. It runs on Thursday, and I saw pictures of the Louisville dance team, and you could look at them and tell they were good dancers.
Yeah, they had like a TV show about them.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Things you learn. All right, guys, we get to the big one, the last one. It is Arkansas heading to Oxford to play the 16th ranked Rebels. Arkansas is 2-3 overall, 0-2 in the SEC. Ole Miss is 4-1 overall, 1-1 in the SEC after beating LSU. This game is at 6:30. It's on the SEC network. Arkansas is a 12.5 point underdog in Oxford. Caroline?
My turn.
Okay.
Okay. I keep going back and forth because I hate picking Ole Miss over Arkansas. I'm going to go with Arkansas because, number one, I'm a loyal fan. Number two, I just cannot pick Ole Miss in this game. I hate to say it. I cannot. And Arkansas played really well against LSU. It was a close game. Maybe last week was just a bad one. I don't know. 12.5 points is a lot. Maybe it'll be a little bit of a closer game.
I admire the loyalty. Greg, she's going to take the Razorbacks 12.5 and hope that.
Well, I know kicker Cam did good. I think he made all his field goals.
He did good. Yep.
Cam did good. He made a 52-yarder. That was a big kick.
Yeah. Kicker Cam, the kicker. I'm going to go with Ole Miss. I just think, you got to ride the title wave. And they play so well at home. And, I know KJ Jefferson's going to probably play one of his better games, but they're hurt on a lot. I think they lost their tight end or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
it's a big loss for them. That Luke Haas, the freshman, he's been really good for them. He went down first series of the game, and their offense, which was struggling anyway, but their offense was never the same.
Yeah, I just surely Ole Miss should win by 2 touchdowns.
Okay. I think you're right. I've got Ole Miss winning fairly big, 17-20, somewhere in there.
It just depends. Like I think if they can tackle KJ Jefferson when he gets outside the pocket and don't let him, get loose. I mean, just maybe contain him. I think that'd be good.
People
Don't have any wide receiver hurt them.
People getting frustrated up there, Carolina, or is it this the talk of the Kyo house when you're over there? This is the talk at
It's not the talk of the Kyo house. It's probably the least of our concerns. But I mean, I think
basketball's coming up, right? Don't y'all have fun basketball?
Yeah, basketball will be great. Football has just been. I think we're over it because we play Alabama next weekend.
Yeah, just gets
then we play
worse.
Mississippi State. Mississippi State will be okay, but then it's I don't know who else.
Then you got Florida. You got Florida, Auburn, FIU, and Missouri. Yeah,
that's a tough schedule.
Yeah, next year will be good. The good ones will be at home. Not saying we're going to win them, but
yeah, you have a good schedule at home next year. Get Texas at home again. That'll be a big game up there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's something to look forward to, right?
Whatever.
All right, Greg. How can people get in touch with you again when they're coming up for the game?
Always call the store. You can always call the store. 662-259-2999. Instagram. Probably going to get some salmon tomorrow. Probably get some scallops. Plenty of seafood already in the freezer. That's $2 off. I might can get to boudin, but we've got a bunch of sausage that we made from last weekend. So Mama said don't run out of lane trains, so we won't ever run out of lane trains. So we'll always have that. And then on Sundays, we do the lane trains 2 for $20. So that's always a good deal to, when you can get out of town on Sunday. We're open from 1 to 6 on Sunday. And then whenever we're not doing it on Sunday 2 for $20, we do 2 for $22 on the lane train. So still get a good deal on them.
Absolutely. All right, Caroline, I know you're driving down for the weekend, so please be careful and look forward to seeing you and your friends. And hope everybody has a great weekend. Thanks for joining us on the show. Please tell a friend. It's a fun little show. Tell somebody, pass it along, share it on social media. We certainly appreciate it. The numbers reflect that you're doing that. And we certainly appreciate that you're doing it. So that does it for this edition of The Butcher versus the Dance Instructor, presented by LB's Meat Market. For Greg Jones, for Caroline McCready, I'm Neil McCready. Have a great weekend, everybody. Be safe. We'll talk to you next week when we meet again. Bye.